Hello everyone. So in the last lecture we have discussed about the parallel operation of series and parallel operation, I hope. And your uh, I think we can say that in the last unit number 1, we have discussed about SCRs and their characteristics and regarding the switching characteristic, dynamic characteristics. And I have left with the in unit 1, I think uh, diac, triac, and uh, next is I think GTO and IGBT. So these devices characteristics and about these devices, this is an assignment number 1 for you. Okay, you have to have a detailed way to study the characteristics of these devices, just like what I have done with your SCR. How we had done with the SCR, you have to write it about it, and you have to get a clarity of it. This is for your assignment number 1. Okay, here we will be discussing our unit number 2, that is your rectifier. So before that, we will discuss on power electronic converter. electronic converter Power electronic converter. So what are the different power electronic converters are there? So first is AC to DC, and this is called as rectifier. Okay, second is DC to DC. DC, you can name it as a chopper buck boost converter. Okay, chopper or buck boost converter. Third is DC to AC. DC to AC converter, and this is called as inverter. Fourth is AC to AC, and that is your cyclo converter. Okay, or voltage regulator or cyclo converter. So basically what we are doing here is a conversion. So what happens, your if I am discussing AC to AC, that means what AC has an RMS value of voltage and current. And what happens to the DC when you are converting from AC to DC? The RMS value of voltage and current will not be equal to zero, but your average value of V and I will be equal to 0. Okay, but for a DC waveform, your average value of voltage and current will not be equal to, and that does not means that your RMS value will be 0. RMS will be there. RMS will be there. So here what is the conversion? Your average value is not equal to 0. When it comes to your DC to DC converter, again average value of V and I is not equal to 0 in DC also, but here also average value is not equal to 0. What about DC to AC? For a DC to AC conversion, in DC side average value is average value is not equal to 0, but you are converting the average value. For an AC waveform, average value of V and I will be 0. Okay. And the last one, AC to AC converter. Here, both side your average value will be 0. Average value will be 0. So basically, if you find out the converter property, is that it is actually playing with the value of average of a waveform. Okay. And if you can understand here, the average value for an AC side is 0, but for a DC side is not equal to 0. So this is the nature. And regarding when you are converting AC to DC, frequency, check the frequency. Frequency is constant. Frequency is 0. For a DC side, frequency is 0. Talking about DC to DC, what happens to the DC to DC? Frequency will be 0 here, and there will be a frequency, but it is called in pulsating form, right? Like pulsating form. We can't say that the power transfer will be in the output waveform. Frequency will be there, but it will be a different. You can't tell what type of frequency is there. We can't say it 0 also. Frequency is not 0. That's the thing. DC to AC inverter, if you talk about, frequency is 0, but AC frequency is constant. And AC to AC, there you can have frequency is constant in one side and frequency is variable in other side. Okay, so this is the nature with respect to your frequency. Okay, talking about the waveform, talking about the waveform, let us show you some of the waveform. This is waveform number 1 for your assignment. I think it will be identify whether this is AC or a DC. A, B. Identify whether these waveform has RMS value, average value, wave AC or DC. Let us check whether how much basics you have. It will be like if you can identify, then you have some basic nature of understanding the concepts. Okay, so this is an assignment for you. You have to determine whether this is AC, this is DC, or what. Okay, you have to identify whether it is DC, whether AC, what about the frequency, whether it has a frequency, constant frequency or variable frequency, and last what is the average value, whether it has an average value or whether it has RMS value. Okay, so identify these 5 waveform and you make a note of it and comment it in the Google Classroom. Okay, so this is the, if you can identify, it will be beneficial for you to know the upcoming lectures what we are doing. So let us discuss first about the thing that is your AC to DC rectifier. So why we are actually first the application part, why we are concerned with AC to DC conversion. First is your control of DC motors. So DC motors, if you can have DC motor to control the speed regulation, to control the torque of that, we need rectifiers. And as the DC supply is available, if you can convert it, that's the control of DC motor, speed control or torque control, you can say that. Okay. Next is your battery charging. Battery charging. Battery charging is means EV vehicles. This is the most important area, electric vehicles, that is right now pursuing AC to DC battery charging. Okay, so battery charging means you have to send a constant current or a constant voltage to charge a battery. So the nature of the battery is it can get charged, either you have a constant voltage or a constant current at the load side. So these are the two major areas this is involved in rectifiers. Okay, now talking about the two terminologies, that is THD and THD, total harmonic distortion and ripple factor. Okay, ripple factor. So there are two types of waveform which you get. So this is an AC and there is a DC. So this is the AC, is you can say that this AC does not, this is the natural AC, ideal AC, ideal AC way. This is the ideal DC. But because we are actually playing with the waveform, there will be a change in the shape. So this natural AC is can be having this type of AC. So this is also an AC, but it has it is not of ideal nature. Similarly, when it comes to a DC part, this is the DC which you are actually getting from your converter. Okay, so this is the natural, you can say that not the ideal DC. So when you are actually changing the from the ideal nature, there will be some of the harmonics content or uneven contents that you don't want. So, and that uneven content we have talked in Fourier series. Fourier series. So if you have good knowledge of signals and system, as I have taught to you, just to go for it and check there where there I have told about the, you can say that odd harmonics, even harmonics, half wave symmetry. I hope you might have remembered it. So what happens that if you, for this waveform, for this waveform, if I calculate the average value, because RMS is, you can say that the sorry, average value will be 0. If I calculate the RMS value of this waveform, so this waveform will contain your odd harmonics. Okay, so what I take the RMS value. Whenever I do the RMS, I used to take the RMS square, because the root under part will be here. Okay, root under will goes here. So what I will say, that it will contain V01, that is the fundamental, V03, V05, and so on. Okay, so these we are uh, V01, actually this is my fundamental waveform, that is my ideal waveform, is my fundamental waveform. But because the nature of the waveform changed, there is these harmonics is because the nature changed. Okay, so that's why this all we are actually telling it as harmonics. So we can write it like this: V01 square plus VH square. Okay, and V0 RMS. So your RMS quantity contains your harmonics contain all the odd harmonics other than the fundamental, right? Similarly, when you are talking about the DC waveform, if you are calculating the RMS value of it, as it is a DC waveform, it will contain even harmonics. So it will have a VDC component, that is the natural DC which we have, and then we have V02 square, V04 square, V06 square, and so on. So we term it as a ripple. Okay, we term it as a ripple. Here what we are terming it, we term it as a harmonics. So we can write VDC square plus VR square. Okay, so this is happening because we have, because of this nature, or if we are experimenting with the nature of the waveform, we are getting this, right? Now if you can just modify this whole waveform, and if you can see here, okay, so let's VRMS square, what we can do that from this formula VH square, how we can write? VH is actually root under V0 RMS square minus V01 square, right? And if you divide VH by V01, so here the division will be inside, the whole division will be V01, and you can say that the whole bracket comes like this: V0 RMS square divided by V01 square minus 1, right? Because sorry, so what we are actually doing is that we are dividing it with V01, and we are taking inside the root under, then we can get what is actually this waveform, this term V0 RMS upon V01, and this is called as, I think in your networks you might have studied, or a basic electrical you should have studied this. This is called as distortion factor. So you can say that it is distortion factor, it is distortion factor minus 1, or I think it's reverse. Just make sure. I think it's a reverse. Okay, it should be V01 upon V0 RMS, and that is your distortion. Just check it around. I think those who can correct me up, it will be good that you know something else. If you don't have interest, no interest at all. So it can be written as 1 upon distortion factor square minus 1, and this term VH upon V01 we are terming at THD, total harmonic distortion. Okay, so this is what the total harmonic distortion tells you about. Similarly, if you can do it for this VRMS, you will get some term that is uh, ripple factor, and that ripple factor is VR upon VDC. So formulate it, you will get like this: root under V0 VRM square divided by VDC square minus 1. And there is, this is one term is called form factor. Just go and talk about this form factor. This is form factor, okay, and get the knowledge of it. I hope this is clear. We will discuss on detail the loads, about the loads which we have, okay.